Hello, beautiful souls, fellow starseeds, and seekers of truth, knowledge, wisdom, and love. I'm Adam, and I'm here to bring you all the full moon mystic guidance for the collective, as well as for Aries, all the way to Pisces, including Ophiuchus. This full moon is in Sagittarius today, July 10th. But first, I want to give you a little overview of what went on and what it continues to go on ever since July 4th, and that's because Neptune went retrograde in Pisces on July 4th. So let's get into that for just a minute here. Neptune going retrograde on July 4th in Pisces. That's what happened, right? It went retrograde on July 4th in the 5th house, and that was revolving around children. So the dreamy veil lifts around themes of children, creativity, and how we express joy. This retrograde invites a deep, sometimes sobering look at how idealism or denial may have shaped our relationships with our children, or even with our inner child, whether our own or our inner child, right? Or the role of youth in society. Fantasies around parenting, perfection, or quote unquote saving others may begin to dissolve, revealing what's real and what needs healing. On a personal level, you might be revisiting childhood dreams, noticing patterns in your own kids that mirror your own past, or questioning what truly brings you joy. So ask yourself, what truly brings you joy? In the world, or on a global scale, we could see greater scrutiny of education systems, child welfare policies, or how media influences young minds. The advice here: don't be afraid to face the truth, even if it stings a little. Clarity is a gift, and this retrograde offers the chance to reconnect with creativity and children from a more grounded, compassionate place. Rekindle simple joys, but don't lose yourself in illusion, because that could happen as well. Anytime old dreamy Neptune comes to play, magic is still real. Believe it. It's just more honest now. So, Neptune going retrograde, or it went retrograde on the 4th of July of all days. Alright, and now we're getting into the full buck moon in Sagittarius, because it's July 10th, so here we go. The full buck moon in Sagittarius. The full buck moon in Sagittarius in the 3rd house. You know what, actually, let's talk about the moon later. Let's go into the other events that are happening. So let's go to July 12th. So starting July 12th, Saturn goes retrograde in Pisces in the 2nd house. And this is centered around personal resources. So it's time to take a long, honest look at your personal resources, not just money and possessions, but your sense of self-worth and inner stability. This retrograde invites reflection on how you've been building your foundation. Are you trusting your intuition when making financial decisions? So ask yourself that question. Have you been too rigid or too idealistic with your budget, your values, or your time? Well, Saturn in Pisces can bring both dissolving boundaries and a deeper spiritual accountability around what we truly value. On a collective level, we may see issues around economic instability, shifts in currency value, or the questioning of systems built on false ideals. And we're seeing that right now. We're going to be seeing that a lot more. So, use this time to restructure your relationship with money and self-worth. Create new soulful strategies that blend practicality with faith. Cut unnecessary expenses. Reassess what truly matters. and strengthen your inner resourcefulness. Sometimes the most valuable things we have can't be seen, but they support everything we build. So really tune into this, especially during the Saturn retrograde that is coming very soon, July 12th to be exact. All right, and now for what's going to be happening July 17th. That's right, Mercury retrograde. So what is this now? The third planet going retrograde. So here we go with the Mercury retrograde. When Mercury goes retrograde on July 17th in Cancer in the 6th house, it's a call to slow down and reconsider how you're showing up in your daily work, service, and routines, especially when emotions are involved, especially when it comes to making your contribution or making contributions, right? This isn't about missed emails or delays, though that may happen. It's about rethinking how you contribute to others from a place of emotional sincerity. So tune into that. You might feel more sensitive to the energy around your workplace, or old thoughts around caregiving and obligation may resurface. On a collective level, we could see disruptions in caregiving systems, health services, or the conversation around emotional labor in the workforce. So don't rush to fix everything. Pause. Take that time to listen to what your heart is trying to tell you. That's very important during this time, during this Mercury retrograde that will begin on July 17th. Right now we're in the pre-shadow, but full-on Mercury retrograde, July 17th. So don't rush. Pause and listen. Reorganize your schedule with more compassion and double-check communications involving care, health, or service roles. Sometimes the most meaningful contributions aren't loud. They're consistent, heartfelt, and nourishing to both you and those that you serve. So remember that during this Mercury retrograde that begins on the 17th of July. And now we're jumping all the way to the 20th of July. And what's going on there? Well, I'll tell you now. The Sun will enter Cancer in the 10th house on July 20th. And that's going to be focusing on your public image. So your public image may be taking on a more nurturing, emotionally attuned tone. This is a time when people notice not just what you do, but how you do it, with heart, care, and sensitivity. Whether you're leading a project, managing a household, or building your reputation, the way you show up emotionally will matter just as much as your results. You might feel drawn to take on a more supportive or protective role in your professional life, or you may start questioning whether your public persona truly reflects your inner values. On a global scale, leaders and public figures may be held to higher emotional standards, with the spotlight turning toward compassion, care, the kind of work and care and family-centered values. So let authenticity be your guide. It's okay to be seen as someone who leads with their heart. This is your moment to blend strength with softness. It's like that card number 8 in the tarot. It's the strength card. The woman is holding the lion and petting the lion. So exercise your strength with compassion. Just make sure your boundaries are clear so you're not carrying the emotional weight of the world. So remember that. starting July 20th when the sun enters Cancer. And this is 13 sign astrology. It's not 12 sign astrology. So yes, the sun enters Cancer in the 10th house on July 20th. And that's all about your public image. So watch that public image of yours transform miraculously. Alright, and now, finally, even though today is July 10th, finally, we're going to get into the full buck moon in Sagittarius and what that's all about. Alright, so the full buck moon in Sagittarius in the 3rd house lights up themes of early education, communication, and the power of belief, especially through the lens of physical magic. Yes, this whole month of July is all about the physical magic and embodied learning. This lunation is a potent reminder that true wisdom isn't just intellectual, it's felt deeply. It's practiced and it's lived. Whether it's walking a labyrinth, dancing your intentions, or learning through tactile experience, this full moon urges us to teach and learn in ways that move the body as well as the mind. You might feel called to revisit early lessons, reclaim your voice, or even reprogram old patterns picked up in childhood education systems. On a collective level, conversations about curriculum reform or more holistic movement-based learning could emerge. So don't just talk about your vision, move with it, dance with it. Cast your intentions not just with your words, but through action. This is where action speaks louder than words. Take a walk while visualizing your goals. Use your hands to create something magical. Or speak affirmations out loud during movement. The mind and body are allies now, so let them teach one another. And to go along with this collective reading, we have here the spirit message. Don't allow negative emotions to fester. If you're feeling frustrated, angry, or hurt, for example, just acknowledge that. Go with them and work with them. Then true healing can really begin. And you can see this is something that's good for 2 weeks, so I'm giving it to you all up front, all at once. We're doing things a little different than we used to. But now let's get into this. Aries to Pisces, including Ophiuchus. What mystic guidance is coming through for you, Aries? Aries, the ram, the warrior, the pioneer. We have Mercury in Libra in the 4th house. Mercury is all about conveying that message. What message do you want to convey, Aries? And Libra is all about diplomacy, artistic abilities, harmony, balance, equalization. And it's in the 4th house, which is the natural house of Cancer. So you're going to find that's the home and the family life. That's your deep psychological roots, Aries. That is your genetic roots. That's your mother archetype. It's all there. It's all connected. The home and family life. How do you want to create balance and convey that message of harmony within your own private life? Your home and family life. Tune into that, Aries, during this full buck moon in Sagittarius, and it's that physical magic. So even if you need to take a walk, go and take a walk and get deep in your thoughts. Meditation is just a form of deep focus, and you can do it while you're doing the dishes. You can do it while you're walking, or whatever you choose to do during this time, Aries. Tune into your home and family life and finding that perfect balance. All right, now Taurus. What mystic guidance is coming through for you for this buck moon in Sagittarius? Taurus the bull, the steadfast one, Taurus the planner. We have here Mars. Mars is all about taking action, taking the initiative. And then we have Libra once again. So Libra is finding that balance, that artistic flair. And then it's in the 11th house, which is the natural house of Aquarius. So your friendship circles, Taurus, your humanitarian projects, your goals, your long-term goals, the we collective. Tune into that, Taurus, the action you're taking to find that balance in your life and not working so hard on your goals that you don't have any time for your friends. So tune into that, Taurus. And now we move to Gemini. Gemini, the twins, the thinker, the communicator. What mystic guidance is coming through for you? We have Mars. It's all about that action, that will, that drive, that determination, initiations. And then Sagittarius. Sagittarius, the adventurer. So it's about those adventures, the philosophy, the true meaning of things. Within the 7th house, which is the natural house of Libra, that's where you're going to get to look into your one-to-one relationships, your marriages, or marriage, your marriage, partnerships, you name it. Also, your own shadow. Tune into that, Gemini. What action are you willing to take to find the true meaning of integration in your partnerships, integration in your marriage, integration with your own shadow, Gemini? Take some time to tune in to the divine. All right, now Cancer. Cancer, the crab, the nurturing mother. Cancer, the one that goes from side to side towards its goals, never straight on. Let's see what mystic guidance is coming through for you. For this full buck moon in Sagittarius, we have the sun. The sun, all about the vitality, the personality. It's your instinct to shine. And then we have here Libra. It's finding that balance and that artistic flair, your creativity. Get your creative juices flowing during this time, Cancer. And the 5th house, which is the natural house of Leo. That's creativity. That's romance, leisurely activity, getting in touch with your inner child or even with your own children. Finding that balance in life to have fun, to truly have fun, Cancer. Find creative ways of having fun. And really tune into that inner artist that resides within you, Cancer. Take time to make art because it's good to create art, not drama. So work on creating art during this full buck moon in Sagittarius, Cancer. And now we move to Leo. Leo the lion, ever so playful. Leo the inspirational, charismatic one. Let's see what mystic guidance is coming through for you. We have Mars. All about that action, that will, that drive, that determination. Also tune into this, Leo. Think of what's going to be an energy gain and what would be an energy drain. And analyze that because we have Mars in Virgo, and it's in the 10th house, so it's all about your career, your public image, your reputation. Could be on the line, Leo, so what's the energy gain? What's the energy drain? Analyze the situations you find yourself in and see what's going to give you more reputation and public image. Even your duties and responsibilities during this time, Leo, so tune into that. That action, that will, that determination for this full buck moon in Sagittarius. And now we move to Virgo. Virgo, the maiden, the analyzer, the critical thinker. Virgo, the intuitive nurse. What mystic guidance is coming through for you here for this buck moon in Sagittarius? We have the sun. It's your instinct to shine. It's your personality. And it looks to be in Capricorn. Capricorn is all about structure, discipline, ambition. And then we have the 1st house, which is the natural house of Aries, Virgo. So really tune into your physical body, your persona, your outlook on life. Tune into that structure, your discipline on your own body, your vitality. Tune into that, Virgo, intuitive nurse. What is your body telling you? And what is the discipline you need to continue on with your health and your healing during this full buck moon in Sagittarius, which is about the physical magic. So tune into the fact that whatever you're eating can transform your body. Tune into that, Virgo. And now we move to Libra. Libra, the scales of justice. Libra, the diplomatic, artistic balancer. The message we have, the mystic guidance for you for this full buck moon in Sagittarius. We have the south node. It's where you're coming from, where you don't want to dwell, and it's looking like it's in Sagittarius. So the opposite of Sagittarius is going to be Gemini. And then we have the 11th house. The opposite of the 11th house is going to be the 5th house. So tune into this, Libra. Tune into being curious and exercising your creativity. Tune into tapping into your inner child. Get wild with your inner child. That's the message I'm hearing for you, Libra. Get wild with your inner child. Creativity, imagination. Let it run wild. Have fun. Play, laugh with your inner child during this time, during this full buck moon in Sagittarius, as you're going on your journeys, your trips and your spiritual journeys, Libra. Tune in to the wild inner child. All right, now we move on to Scorpio. Scorpio, the scorpion. Scorpio, the deeply emotional investigator. What mystic guidance is coming through for you for this buck moon in Sagittarius? We have Neptune. Neptune is all about the dreams, the hopes, the inspiration, the compassion. And then we have Libra, finding that balance, that artistic flair and diplomacy with house number 7, which is the natural house of Libra. So you got a double Libra energy here, Scorpio. Finding that balance and really tuning into your partnerships, your marriage, tuning into your shadow self. Do not be afraid of your shadow self. Learn to integrate the shadow. Don't neglect the shadow, because then the shadow may get pissed off. And Scorpio, you already know what could happen. And if your shadow gets you gets upset, then there's more of what could happen. So Scorpio, take this time to tune into your hopes and your inspirations. Learn to let go of those fears, that acronym, the false expectations appearing real, or if you want to say false evidence appearing real. Either way, it's an acronym. There's nothing to fear than fear itself. Tune into that. Tune into your own shadow. Tune into your partnerships. Tune into your marriage. It's all for you during this buck moon in Sagittarius, Scorpio. And now we move to Ophiuchus. Ophiuchus, the serpent bearer, the keeper of the esoteric wisdom. Ophiuchus, the wise one. What mystic guidance is coming through for you for this buck moon in Sagittarius? We got Mars, and then we got Taurus, and then we got the 11th house. So Mars taking that action, that will, that desire, that determination. Finding out what's the energy gain, what's the energy drain, building upon that, because Taurus is about building character. Taurus is about security and planning. And then the 11th house is all about what's going on when it comes to the natural house of Aquarius, the we collective, the humanitarian projects, your long-term goals, your friendship circles, your social groups, Ophiuchus. So tune into the energy gain and the energy drain within building character, your own character, from your friendship circles, from your social groups. Are those friendship circles an energy gain for you, or are they an energy drain for you? Are those social groups an energy gain for you, or are they an energy drain for you? Tune into that, Ophiuchus, and let it build your character during this full buck moon in Sagittarius with the physical magic. All right, and now we move to Sagittarius. Sagittarius, the centaur, half man, half horse, the adventurer, the optimistic one. Sagittarius, we have here Pluto. So there's some transformational experiences going on during this full buck moon for you, Sagittarius. And it looks like Aquarius, they could be non-traditional, unconventional, innovative, very introspective transformational experiences within the 12th house, which is the natural house of Pisces. So it could be within your dreams, Sagittarius. Your dreams may be allowing this transformational experience in a very non-traditional way, in a very innovative way. And it's also allowing you to dissolve the ego, like peeling back the layers of an onion. And take some time, Sagittarius, but don't get to the point where you escape from reality totally. Come back every now and then into this reality, Sagittarius, when you're going on your trips and your spiritual journeys. All right. So remember that during this full buck moon in Sagittarius, and tap into that physical magic too. So manifestation is something that could benefit you during this time, Sagittarius. You use your luck and your growth during this time. And now we move to Capricorn. Capricorn, the goat, the structured, ambitious, disciplined. Capricorn, the builder. Let's see what mystic guidance is coming through for you. We have Venus. Venus is about what you truly love and value, Capricorn. Tune into what you truly love and value during this full buck moon in Sagittarius with this physical magic. What is it that you truly love and value that's going to build your character, because we have Venus and Taurus, and that's a double energy there of the Venus energy. So really what you love and value when building your own character in the 12th house, which is the natural house of Pisces. And you're going to build your character when you exercise compassion, empathy, your intuition, your sensitivity. Tune into all of that, Capricorn, and enjoy it. But don't forget to put up those boundaries as well, Capricorn. And I know you know how to do that. But definitely learn to build your character by exercising your sensitivity, your empathy, and your intuition for this full buck moon in Sagittarius with the physical magic. So have fun with that, Capricorn. And now we move to Aquarius. Aquarius, the water bearer, the psychologist of the zodiac. Aquarius, the psychic scientist. We have here Uranus. Uranus is your natural planet ruler, so that's a good one. And then we have Sagittarius, and then we have the 10th house. So Aquarius, tune into those psychic talents and gifts. Tune into what message is going to create that liberation for you as you going into your journeys, your trips and your spiritual journeys, as well as your duties and responsibilities. Exercising your public image, exercising your reputation during this time, Aquarius. What is the true meaning of all of this for you? Find ways to think of in a very non-traditional sense. Also, Aquarius, tune into the energy of the full buck moon in Sagittarius, because now you're getting that amplification of Sagittarius. Sagittarius is about finding your own personal beliefs. And it's also foreign affairs, Aquarius, so tune into that. And the house of career, that's the 10th house, the natural house of Capricorn. So building on your public image, your reputation, as you are feeling more and more liberated throughout this time, this full buck moon in Sagittarius. And now we move to Pisces. Pisces, the two fish, the one that swims towards spirituality, while the other swims towards the material world. Pisces, the intuitive, sensitive, compassionate, empathic. Pisces, the dreamer. Let's see what mystic guidance is coming through for you for this full buck moon in Sagittarius. We got Jupiter. Jupiter's all about expansion and growth on many levels. And then we have Scorpio. Scorpio is all about tuning in and investigating situations. And we have the 8th house, Pisces. The 8th house, the house of transformation. It's the natural house of Scorpio. So that's a double Scorpio energy. But also, Pisces, take into account the 8th house is also ruled by Ophiuchus, which is the keeper of the esoteric wisdom. So this transformational experiences with this esoteric wisdom, and you're investigating the situations, and it's bringing you growth. Spiritual growth, physical growth, emotional growth, intellectual growth, growth on all levels, Pisces. For this full buck moon in Sagittarius, this physical magic, it's time to have fun. It's time to tune into the greater possibilities, those hopes, those inspirations during this full buck moon in Sagittarius. Now, if you made it this far, congratulations to all of you. And I want to share with all of you now, there have been a lot of changes, and there continues to be more and more changes as we progress here. But this is something you will be getting for sure. The full moon and the new moon mystic guidance throughout the month. And really tune into our website. If you've never been there, stop by, say hi, subscribe. Also here on the YouTube channel, never been here before, subscribe. If this resonated with you, comment down below. And if you liked what you're hearing, go ahead and hit that like button so more and more people just like yourself that are seeking the truth, the knowledge, the wisdom, and even love can come here as well, because that is our main goal, that you receive this mystic guidance to allow you to glow in love. And that's why our channel is glowing in love. And you feel that glowing in love, you hit that like button. All right, thank you all for being here once again, and remember, keep glowing in love. Until next time.